Okay, so now we're going to start putting in some rigging. I can't remember last video. I'm pretty sure I did that a few days ago. I did some weighting. I should do more weighting, but whatever. We're going to start to rig. So I'm going to go in here to Window. Let's get my hypergraph out so I can see what the hell I'm looking at. We got all my skeleton here. I've named everything. My life will be good. It will be good. Now we'll just go to let's see, I was horsing around and rendering, doing some stuff, and why did I go to modeling? Because that used to be the spot where rigging used to be, but it's gone. So now it's over down here, second one down. I'm going to go into the skeleton, and I'm going to go to the Create IK Handle tool. Now, between the versions, they have changed some things here. Okay, I want the default setting to be, I want my setting to be Rotate Plane Solver. At one point, that was the default setting, and then they changed it for whatever reason. And I'm going to put on Sticky, even though Sticky doesn't work exactly the way it was supposed to be. Some frickin' programmers someplace at Autodesk went in and fucked up Sticky. Okay, I'm angry. Oh, that'll be explicit, won't it? Okay, whatever, anyway, I don't care. There. So, I'm going to take that IK handle, and I'm going to put one from the hip. I click on the hip joint down to the ankle joint. Then, I'm going to put in one from the ankle to the ball of the foot. And just for the hell of it, I'm going to put in one from the ball of the foot to the toe. And there they are, my IK handles. My 3 IK handles. And let's just call this like, I'll call that one like, oops, not hip. We'll call this one foot underscore IK. Okay, so that's easy to understand. And this one here is going to be, that's going to be ball underscore IK. And then this one here, we'll just call that 2 IK. Okay, so I got these all to do here. And then what I need, let's see, so I got those 3 things, right? I need some kind of controller for my foot. I'm just going to quickly go in here and I'm going to go to polygons. I'm going to create a cube. Okay, now my cube is quite small. Okay, but I really like something that's kind of squarish because it's easy to see from all angles. But I don't want to use a polygon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here to create. I'm going to go to the CV Curve Tools, or what do they call them? Curve Tools now. EP Curve Tool, and I'll put that under 1 linear. That's going to give me straight lines when I draw curves. Okay, great. And then, here, let's just hit this with 4 so you can see the wireframe. I'm going to hold down V, and I'm going to start to draw a curve around my shape here of my cube. And I think that's it right there. Okay, great. Let's hit 5. And so there's my polygon cube. And then if I grab my move tool, you'll see that now I've got this thing. And I don't need this cube anymore, so I can delete it. Ooh. Okay, maybe one thing I can do, if I hit the script editor, I can actually see the creation of this cube, and I can see it right there. It's this curve, and then there's like this whole long little line of stuff. Okay, a bunch of numbers and stuff. This is actually telling me the points that I was putting down, the curve points from the EP Curve tool. Okay, I can take that and I go File, Save Script to Shelf, and I can call this like, I usually call it CBox. Okay, something like that. Put it on, and now, you want to put it on your shelf? Yes. Mill script. Yay! And so now I got a little thing. Whenever I click on this, boop, I get one of those curve boxes. Yay! So I get this great little default shape that I like so much. Okay, and let's just get rid of that thing. And if you don't like it, you can just right-click and you can edit and delete it or whatever you want. But now I've got this thing here, this curve. We're going to call this foot control. Foot underscore CTRL. Okay, wonderful. And somehow I got a freaking capital T in here, and I didn't mean to. Whatever. There. So, let's hide my body for a moment. And I thought my body was on here, but I guess it's not. So now I'm going to grab it, I'm going to add, select it. Okay, great. There. Okay. So the curve box, I'm just going to go and snap it here. I just held down V, and V snaps to points. Okay, and let's just scale this up. Okay, and once I get to about this stage here, I realize, well, you know, I'd like something that would cover the shape of my foot. Okay, and I can scale this and stuff, but I can grab CVs as well, and I'm just going to grab the move tool. I have a soft selection on, so I'm just going to turn that off. And let's put this over here. And I'll have my geometry on while I'm doing this. I kind of like it so that it's basically the shape of the foot. Okay, something like that. Something that is outside of the shape of my foot so I can easily select it. Here, I'll just hold down X and snap that to the grid. Okay, great. And let's go and look at it from the perspective view. Okay, it's not quite wide enough. So I'm just going to go in here and I'll grab these vertices, pull them over this way a little bit. Grab these ones. I'm careful not to go near the bone when I'm selecting because I know the bones are on right now and they'll... Like if I go and I drag too far, it'll select the bone, so damn it! And then I'll go over here and I'll grab those points and I'll just move them out a bit. So here's basically the shape of my foot, and it's nice and easy to select from all angles. That's what you want. Okay, so now I see all these dirty numbers here. I'm just going to go and freeze the transformations. Let's modify freeze transformations. Okay, great. And now I'm going to start parenting these things together. So the toe, middle click, drag and drop, gets parented to the ball. You could select the toe and then you can select the ball and just hit P and that parents them. It does the same thing. Remember, there's 5 different ways of doing everything in Maya. Then the foot IK. Okay, let's hide the body for this one. The foot IK, I want to be able to do a foot roll with this thing when I'm controlling the foot. Nice, simple foot roll. And this is going to break everybody's brains the first time you do it, and then after that it gets really easy and rigging gets easier. This is huge. I'm just going to go to Edit, and I'm going to hit Group. Group gives me an extra pivot point. So there's my IK handle, there's my group. I'm going to take this group, I'm going to hold down D and V, and I'm going to middle click, pop it over to here. Okay, I'm going to call this group, we're going to call it heel underscore lift underscore group. Okay, actually I could take that one out there, whatever, that's kind of what I do. Okay, so this makes it so that if I ever rotate it, it picks my heel up, okay, from the ball of the foot area. And then I need one more group. I'm just going to go in, I'll hit Control G, that's the hotkey to create a group, and I'm going to bring back my body for a second. I'm just going to find this spot right here, DV, I'm going to nail it to the heel of my geometry. Great. And this one here, we're going to call this heel control underscore group. Grow. I am grow. Group. I am group. Okay, so we got that in place. And then this one here is going to control moving the heel up, but you'll notice it acts kind of funny. I've got a middle click, drag and drop. I'm going to put the ball IK onto this one, and now you see I can pick up the heel like this. Yay! Okay, wonderful. And I can pivot on my heel point. Remember, this isn't a perfect rig, the foot rig. I'm kind of paraphrasing and cutting some things out just to make it simple. I'm trying to keep this rig simple. But at the same time, it's simple, but I'm trying to give you something that you can really work with. Okay, so I got this heel group here. I got the ball IK, okay, great. I need one more group. I could either do this, actually, you know what I'm going to do with this group? I'm just going to parent, no I'm not. I'll group it one more time, and I'm going to hold down D and V. Oh, you bastard! T and V, and I'll middle click, pop it over here. I accidentally hit the rotate tool and then it rotated it. And I'm just going to call this one like foot underscore group. Great. Okay, and I'm pretty much ready to go. Maybe one more little thing I've got to create here. I'm just going to go to the right view, and I'm going to create something with the, this time, curve tool, CV curve tool, and I do believe it's on 3 cubic by default. Great. And I'm going to create something that's going to control the position of my knee. What time are we at? Okay, 9:46. That's what I think it should look like. I'm going to go to Modify, Center Pivot, and Center Pivot used to be in the center of the menus, but now it's down there. Okay, great. And I'm just going to grab the move tool, and I'm going to hold down V, and I'm going to move it so it's lined up with the knee. Make sure it's kind of down a little bit. Let's name this thing knee control. Okay, and I'm going to freeze the transformations on that. Now, we just have to put it all together and make it work. I'll see this knee control. I'm going to parent that to my foot control. Okay, so whenever I move my foot control, the knee moves with it. Right now, this knee control, it's not really affecting the knee. It's not until I grab the knee control, hold down Shift, and I grab the foot IK, and I go to constrain, and I put on a pull vector constraint. And now you'll see that this knee control changes the position of my, or controls the aim of my knee. You also see that I probably have to weight the butt a bit different, maybe. Okay, whatever. And if I grab the foot and I rotate the foot, you'll see that the knee now points in the same direction as the foot. Oh, but of course we don't have the foot actually going yet. Okay, sorry, that's coming up soon. Next thing is, well, this control isn't really controlling this group yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the foot control, hold down Shift, grab the foot group, and then I'm going to go constrain, and I'm going to do a parent constraint. Let's try it again now. I just deselected. By the way, if you immediately go here and you do this, it's going to freak out, right? So I just deselected, and then I'll grab the foot control. And now you'll see that this moves my foot around. Okay. Now it's important that we kind of keep these apart. Sometimes I hesitate and I start putting in IK handles with the controllers, and that's kind of bad because it gets messy. Okay, and you don't want to get messy. You want to keep everything organized. So, now I've got those two things. You want to keep your hierarchy separate, basically, because it just makes things easier to control and clean up later on. If there's a problem, if it's all kind of into one hierarchy, then it gets confusing to clean up and fix. Or change, if you need to change it. So, we got this all working. Now, the last little touches here is I'd like to have a little bit of toe wiggle, and I want a foot roll. Okay? Toe wiggle is going to be easy. What I'm going to do is I have the foot control selected, I go into Modify, and I go in here and I add attribute. And we'll call this one Toe Wiggle. Okay, and I'm just going to accept whatever's here. Great, just hit Toe Wiggle, there it is. Now, I'm going to go to Windows. I've deselected everything. I just go to Windows and I go to General Editors, I go to the Connection Editor. If I select the foot control and I reload the left side, you'll find a custom attribute shows up at the bottom. Okay, then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to grab the ball IK and I'm going to load that onto this side. And now I'm hunting down here slowly, and I look, and in my case, because my nose is pointing down the Z axis, I know it's going to be the rotate X. And so now the rotate X went yellow. That means it's connected through the connection editor. Okay, and if I take a look at my foot control, when I grab it, and I grab toe wiggle and I middle click, I got a wiggly toe. Got a wiggly toe. Okay, great. So that was a simple one. That's easy. Next one's going to be a little bit harder. I'm going to go here to, I got the foot control selected still, modify. I'm going to add attributes. We're going to call this one foot roll. And I'm going to make the minimum -10, maximum 10, default 0. I'll hit OK. Okay, so I've got that in place. And now what I need is I just deselect it again. And is this thing in here? I freaking hate how they separated rigging and animation. It's stupid. Okay. If I go in here to animation, it's living under key, set driven key, set. See this thing here? I need this in my freaking rigging. This is a rigging cornerstone here. You need the set driven key. Let's move this here. Okay, great. And then over here for the driver, I select the foot group. I'm going to load that as the driver. Nope. Smoking crack. Sorry, not the driver. It's the foot control is the driver. Load driver. Okay, I just got rid of the other one. Okay, great. Foot roll. And if I grab the heel lift group, I'm going to load that as the driven. And so I got foot roll selected, and it's going to be a rotate X value. Okay, great. And right now, they're both sitting at 0. If I take a look at the foot control, foot roll is sitting at 0. I hit key. Oh, somehow I deselected. Okay, let's try it again. Key. So now there's a connection. If I look at the heel lift group, you'll see this has turned kind of the salmon color. Okay, great. And so I got a keyframe there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the foot control, and I'm going to take the foot roll, and I'm going to turn that to a value of, say, 10. So when it's 10, I want the character up on the balls of their feet. So I grab the heel lift group. Did I do heel lift? Oh, I'm smoking crack. I want them... For this one here, we're going to make that -10. Foot roll, -10 when I do the heel lift group. Let's try it again. Then when I go to the heel lift group, and then I adjust the value. Okay. Uh-oh. You know what? I'm totally smoking crack. I was thinking heel lift group. I got confused for a moment. Got too much crap in my head. So, foot roll. Let's go back here. This one here goes to 10. Then, the heel lift group. I mean it to go up the rotate Z like this. Okay, I was right the first time. Just, yeah, bear with me. And I'll go in here and I'll type in some value that I don't think I'm ever going to use. 75. Okay, and I'll hit key. So now it goes up on the balls of the feet right here. And if I check the foot control and I go to 10 and I middle click down. Okay, there we go. 10 to 0. Perfect. Just put in this to 0 now. Okay, now I'm going to go to the heel control group. And remember that typically when I rig the foot, I actually do this a little bit different. So I throw in a bunch of other groups in here, but I'm keeping this down to 2 simple maneuvers in here. Okay, so the heel control group, if I go in and I load that now as the driven, I have foot roll selected and I go to the rotate X of the heel control group. When I hit key, we've zeroed it out, and it's like at 0, it's going to look like this. Okay, great. Then I go to the foot control, I take the foot roll, and now I go to the -10 value for the heel control group. And I'll take this and I'll pop this up. Something I probably won't ever use. Easy to remember. I'm going to say even like -75 in my case. Okay, nothing pops or does anything funny, so that's going to be fine. Looks like I could do some more weighting on my heel. And when I hit key, it's finished. What are we at? 17 minutes? Okay, great. And now if I check this out, if I grab my heel control group and I check out the foot roll, -10 to +10. Okay, there's a little bit of a warble in here, but that's okay. It looks like that should be good. If there is a... Feels like when I go here, is there... No, seems to be okay. Maybe I could do a bit more weighting on the character, but that's great. Anyway, boop, there. First leg rig done. And I'm going to stop here.